Hello everyone, my name is Fearu, and like many of you, I enjoy the game Heroes of Newerth, but sometimes it can be difficult, particularly when solo queuing. So what I have decided to do is take some of my time and basically document my MMR experience through 100% solo queue. And after some of my games, I'm gonna come on here, make a video about some of the stuff I've learned, go through some of the different situations that arise. I'm gonna go through everything from, okay, what do you do with those guys that pick scout and say, I'm going scout? What do you do with those guys that rage early? What do you do in different situations when your team won't cooperate? One guy wants to farm, the other guy wants to push. What do you do with guys that are just like, oh, I give up? CC, 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 and we're just gonna go over everything that can happen through a series of videos. As they happen to me, I'll go through them and try to work my way as high as I can MMR wise. Experience wise, I've always been I've always solo queued. I've played as high as probably about 1750. I haven't played games. Like, I took a pretty big hiatus in 2012. Um, but I played back previous to then, and I kind of want to get back into the game now. I'm starting at about 1600. That's just from my previous MMR. Some of the newer heroes I have less experience with, but to give you an idea, I have like maybe 3,000 games experience in MMR. And I'm just going to be going through the solo queue and grinding stuff out. I've already started to play a few games, and I'm going to kind of go over one that I feel like kind of represents one of the biggest things that a lot of Han players need to know, that'll just like kind of keep your head in the game when things go wrong. So I'm just going to bust straight into a game and kind of give you guys an idea of what this is all about. Hey guys, welcome to my first game. You'll notice the first thing is these MMRs don't look right. Like I said, I solo queued, but I got queued against two 1800s. I got an 1800 and a 1778 on my team. It's just an abnormality, a little aberration. What are you gonna do? Normally at the hero select screen, I have certain strategies and things I put in place to kind of dictate the way the game's played. Normally I don't play a support. I want to play something that's going to be a game changer. But like I said, this game's an aberration, so I had to treat it differently. When I'm put into a game with higher level players, I kind of have to play it competitively. And think of it real fast as, let's say you're a 1650 player and you get queued up with a whole bunch of 1500s and you're pink. And I said, oh, you're going to lose this game. Well, why? If I just told you that, why would you think you're going to lose this game? Half of you would tell me, oh, player X fed. And right now I have to treat it like I'm player X. So my goal for these guys is going to be not feed. If I don't feed, and they're 1588 feeds, hopefully that'll be enough of a difference to make it up and give us the win. I have to kind of trust these guys, and I just have to assume they're better players than me when they're that much higher. And I'm gonna kind of just play this game competitively, and I'll kind of show you the direction that it goes. Okay, so we're in game now. I ended up getting Wretched Hag, and they wanted me to Suicide Bottom. We ended up having a Witch Slayer and Raw top. They end up having a their bad player go Suicide as well as Plague Rider, which means I'm gonna end up having a Lego in this jungle with Polywog and Moon Queen down here. And I should have placed this ward right away, knowing I was playing better players, but I was dumb and I was like, oh, I can just wait and place it at the 0 mark, and I should have just placed it right now. And the reason why is you'll see that they come to defend it because they're good players. Remember, this Polywog's an 1800. I see him, I'm like, ugh, this isn't getting down. So I just kind of back off. I don't make that mistake and move on with life. This Polywog's going to play really, really, really good all game. He's going to be trying to shut me out of XP range the entire game, and he's going to do a pretty good job. And he's going to let this Moon Queen just farm it up, like just 100%. Hag, you want to try to get some XP? Nope. I'm going to just hang out here and be an 1800 Polywog. I kind of accept this. and I board the rune and Lego's one of Lego's camps, and just do what little bit I can. But like I said, my biggest goal this game is just not to die. If I don't die, we stand a chance. And kind of failed that, but keep that. So here, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit and kind of show you where this game and how it develops. You'll see I put another ward for vision in case it ganks, because like I said, I'm versing Polly, Lego, and this Moon Queen who's just gonna free farm for quite a while. Anyway, I'm gonna speed up real fast and catch you guys up. It's just me getting pushed back out of XP range half this game. Okay, so here we are at about the 3-minute 30-second mark, and surprise, I'm being pushed back by this Polly all day. And what's going on? Moon Queen just free farming it up. I'm trying to stay in XP range and trying to stay competitive, but it's just, to be honest, I'm probably doing a pretty poor job of it. I could be playing better. So you'll notice at this 3-minute mark, I decided to go camp the rune at 4 minutes to help my team, because I know, hey, I'm not getting anything done down here. I can't be useless. The rune's top, I tell them, and then I come mid to help him gank. Fade doesn't see it coming, and I help set up this gank, which I think is like one of the greatest things I've ever done. Except I kind of mess up, because I'm a bad player, and I die. Well, luckily, our mid gets the Bloodlust, and, you know, my intentions were right, but the execution was poor. I knew staying in this bottom lane was gonna just fail. Like, it wasn't gonna work. And, you know, my goal was, hey, you know, if this isn't working, go do something else. And that's something a lot of players do really, quite often. Like, let me, real fast. If you're in a top lane, or just imagine someone else is in the top lane, short, and there's a jungler or whatever. Let's say Parasite's in your jungle, your top side Hellborn, and you know, you're versing 2 people, and you die. You get out of position, whatever, and you die. I can't tell you the number of times, like the two players top, like whatever, player A and B kill player C, and players A and B get full health and full mana back. Player C respawns, teleports back to top, gets in the same position, and dies again. And this is such a common mistake. I guarantee you, half of you have probably made this mistake. And the biggest thing that we can do to correct this is, if we put ourselves in a position that's failing, just don't get in that position again. I mean, it happens once in a while. Like, if you die once, whatever, you messed up, like, just right there. I put myself, you know, I attempted to gank, it somewhat worked. You know, as long as I don't make that same mistake again, we'll be okay. Even let's say I like made a mistake down here where, like, you know, I play too aggressively, get out of position, and Polly like ties me and I die. Same exact concept. You know, I can't let that happen over and over again, and that's something we all need to keep in mind as players. I'm gonna go ahead and speed this up a little bit. So here we are at almost the 6-minute mark now. And Moon Queen's still free farming. I'm gonna end up camping this rune again, trying to help out my team. And it ends up, I think it ends up being bottom. I ping it, let them know. They get it, move on. And I actually make a pretty bad mistake right here. I get out of position. Polly ties me, or Pollywog ties me, and I die. So let's reiterate what has happened here. I've come bottom. I've done my best to stay in position and get farm, and I've pretty much let this Moon Queen farm for almost 7 minutes straight, and then I let her kill me, and I pretty much played absolutely poorly throughout this entire game. And this is where I want to stop, and I want you guys to go ahead and think about this for a moment. So what insight does this awful hag have to offer? The answer is this. in Han, as the game develops and as more players come and get knowledge and come and learn to play, come through the different cycles, there are a lot of possibilities. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna. Someone calculate this for me. Calculate all the different combinations of 5v5s there are. Just matchups, right? There's a lot of possibilities. No one's played all of them. I'm interested to see how large the number is. Someone can do that calculation. And my point is this. As a game progresses, there are more mistakes that can be made. And what I mean is this. A beginning player slowly learns how to play. Like, the first thing he might learn is, oh, you want to deny to keep the lane close to your tower so you can be in position and allow them to get ganked and keep yourself in position as defense against ganks. Players learn that. That's one of the first thing players are going to learn. And they understand, hey, that's what I'm supposed to do. But they might not understand that at 6 minutes and 15 seconds into the game, you might want to pull your lane, but without a stacked creep camp with Balf, so that you can push the lane, so that you can try to push the tower. Someone might go, oh no, you're supposed to stack that creep camp and then pull to deny the creeps because you still want to keep it close to your tower. And my point is, maybe that's optimal play, maybe it's not. But my point is, at the beginning of the game, in those first 15 seconds or whatever, everyone understands deny. That everyone almost universally in Han, once you get past like 1600, understands that's the correct play. As the game progresses, less people have an idea of what optimal play is. It leaves room for more mistakes. Just like when you kill someone, some players understand, oh, hey, we have time to go push a tower. Or you kill someone in a jungle, some people are like, oh, push bottom. Some people are like, oh, push mid. What the right play is, it depends on the game. It could be analyzed. It's up for debate. But one of those is optimal play. But the point is, not everyone knows what optimal play is. And the point of this is, as a game progresses, players are more likely to make a mistake. And when those mistakes are made, we as players, especially in solo queue, can capitalize on those mistakes and find openings for ganks and deaths and people getting out of position. Some people understand, oh, we need to ward. The number of times we've seen a player go into the enemy jungle to ward. Oh, I needed to ward. Well, you need to wait for your team. Is it the team's fault for not coming with you? Is it the player for going in alone? To be honest, as a solo queuer, I don't care whose fault it is. All I know is I want to capitalize on that mistake. Whether the player should have, told his team, or whether the team should have known to come, it doesn't matter to me. My point is, as this game continues, they're going to mess up. We're going to kill them. And that's kind of the thought I want to give you. At the end of this game, in case you guys were wondering, we win. We win almost sweepingly. I'm not going to open up the stats right now, but it was pretty interesting. I was pretty bad. I think I ended up going 2-3 in the game, but and my team carried me pretty hard. But it was our lack of mistakes that kind of prevailed through it, and they just screwed up. They screwed up really hard, and that's kind of the thing we all need to keep in mind. Throughout all of anyone that solo queues needs to keep that in mind, because we all have bad starts, and you just have to remember that, hey, yeah, my opponent knows what to do right now, but in 5 minutes, do they know where to be? And look for what mistakes they're going to make, and when they make them, capitalize on them. And just keep that in mind, because so often, our game goes to hell because of the poor community. Oh, you died, you fed, bad, troll, lol, whatever it might be. And we kind of have to keep that in mind and kind of just push forward through it. Anyway, this is what's going to be known as the first episode of the Fearu Saga. I'm currently at about 16-17 MMR, I believe, when I ended this game. And I'm just going to be pushing forward. I hope you guys enjoy the first episode. Hopefully I'll bring you more to come, and I'll see you guys next time.